importance of digitization, e-filing, and video conferencing, but also acknowledges the gaps. The judiciary, he says, requires infrastructure designed for its unique needs. To that end, he makes a significant recommendation, the creation of a National Judicial Infrastructure Corporation, a one-time coordinated effort to standardize and uplift judicial infrastructure across the country. What stands out, however, is that even while talking about buildings and systems, his focus remains firmly on the human being at the center of it all, the litigant, the justice seeker, as he calls them. He reminds us that every institutional reform must keep the litigant in focus. He extends that thought to the legal community as well. In one of the most practical appeals in the book, he urges senior members of the bar to take on 2 pro bono cases every month. If adopted widely, he says, it would transform the legal and aid landscape in India. It's a simple idea, but one that reflects his belief in justice as a collective, not as an individual pursuit. Some of the most impactful portions of the book are his speeches on the importance of women in the legal system. He doesn't speak in generalities. He speaks with purpose. He notes how many women lawyers don't get the briefs they deserve and therefore miss the visibility required for elevation. He advocates for affirmative appointments and reservations in legal education to correct the imbalance, and he reminds us that diversity is not just symbolic, it's jurisprudential. Jurisprudence, he says, will develop only when our bar and benches have diverse voices. Let me tell you, we were 9 who came here together, and out of those 9, 1/3 were women, 3 of them. So Justice Ramana does what he says, unlike many others. His call for inclusion isn't limited to courts in the big cities. He speaks of the need for more women judges from rural and marginalized backgrounds. He talks about the importance of gender-sensitive district judiciaries. He sees the struggle not as an individual one, but as a structural one. And then, with his trademark candor, he recalls, borrowing Karl Marx's words, "Women of the world, unite, you have nothing to lose but your chains." He says that was projected as a revolutionary statement, and he adds, "If that is the revolution, I welcome it." It's a line that stays with you. There's another side to him that shines through in his messages to students and young professionals. He speaks to them not just about careers, but about character. Idealism without ambition, he says, may not achieve results, but ambition without idealism can be dangerous. He speaks about the duty to give back and about his moral obligations of the educated. He quotes Swami Vivekananda, reminding students that if they ignore the millions who live in hunger and ignorance, they have failed their education and their humanity. Throughout this book, there is a quiet, consistent insistence that every position, privilege must be matched with purpose, that every title must carry with it an obligation to serve, to uplift, and to reflect. Taken together, these speeches offer us not only an institutional archive, but a map of conscience. They show us that a judge can speak not just through judgments, but through persuasion, through encouragement, and through reflection. In these pages,